After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Motion, motion, motion. Reset, reset, reset.
18.
Now Trubisky. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
51 the mic, boy, 51. 3 buzz, 3 buzz. Right here, guys.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Escapes the sack. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Come on now, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Jones. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix, of course, a former Green Bay Packer, there on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And Graham's got it over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Pull it together.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Second and goal from the 1.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here.
And they try to sweep to Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point safely through. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Trubisky. Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
That's good for the Bears. First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over.
Trubisky will throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Davis. Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Trubisky. Flushed out right. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. The big fella. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Come on, QB, come on.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and through. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Hey, check Mike 46. Check.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hall. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Come on. 46 to Mike.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 46 to Mike, 46.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Now the backup Kaiser to throw. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're that close to the goal line.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Go. Go.
Throwing again. Kaiser. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Switch.
To the air again, Kaiser. Open man is Allison, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Kaiser to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Packers 35, Bears nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And
a big loss here as he's taken down. Preston Smith. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
We're going to keep getting sacks.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal. Kaiser. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to a sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 15 now after the sack. It's 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off with great anticipation. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Single receiver.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Trying to lay one up deep. going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Trubisky to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
Results in a fourth down.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Let's go.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the ball.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then come.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Escaping the pressure right. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The end result, 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Mike. 319. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Credit the sack to Corey Legion. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Rodgers on target here to Allison. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up third down.
Check 24. Check 24. Orbit.
Kaiser from the gun on 3rd. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
I'm trying to collect. Shut down. Motion. Check. Shift.
46, boys. 46. 46 to Mike.
18.
46 to Mike. 46.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. He's going to let this one go deep. And my goodness, another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Here's Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
1st down, a run with Cohen. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They try again with Cohen. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Trubisky. Flush to his right. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide. Open?
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day at camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many. He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Ready. 58, Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Ball trot.
A first down throw for Kaiser. And that'll be incomplete. Well, this, of course, the 100th season of NFL football, and 17 matchups with historical significance have been picked throughout the season. And this is the first of them, Bears and Packers, the NFL's oldest rivalry dating way back to 1921, with the Packers having the all-time edge 96, 94, and 6 ties. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
Kaiser yet again. Uncorks one for Davis. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Trevor Davis, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now it's Davis. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Alert, alert. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. 46. Hey, Delta. 46 to Mike.
Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught at the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, 72 yards. And the Bears claw one back. And he pushed it right. It's no good.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Packers 49, Bears 6. Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 37-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Mike to 59. Here we go, here we go.
To throw again. Kaiser. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Trubisky brings the Bears up first and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
46 to Mike. 46.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Check, Mike. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Alert, alert.
Now it's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
46.
Now Trubisky on third and long. And this is going to be a safety as Trubisky gets swallowed up in the end zone. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Returnable for Grant.
Keep playing hard.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dump. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
For the Bears, first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Go! 180! Check back 46. Here we go, here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 27 yards. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. This time, the extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... You know, team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominant.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
At their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of 2 there, second down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up third.
On third down, Trubisky. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, check Mike 46. Hey, 18.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Going for the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Muscles him off. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Kaiser. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Now he'll let it go deep left side, and that's caught inside the 35. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Check, 59. Zoom. Wants to run.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Come on, Locke. We better not.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. To try again after the sack. Kaiser. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Bears take over
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling again.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, box truck.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Don't let him breathe. Play that Johnny deep. Don't let him breathe.
Trubisky will throw. And he comes back with one complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first.
That's another.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains, because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Army. Go. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the go.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 59.
Kaiser here looking to throw it. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Mike spot 9. Hey, watch the curl. Watch the curl.
From the gun, Kaiser looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now it's Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
Go. 180. 46 to Mike. We ain't giving him nothing today.
On 1st down, it's Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason.